something. But the runner's not opting to go for that. So they're finally off, landing on the planet. So a little bit of a delay between the two, but that should get fixed pretty soon. And they will start. So this is 100%, as the title and layout says. So we will be collecting all 100 items in the game. All upgrades, all expansions, everything. Everything except various suit, because the game gives that to us, but still counts. Oh, Crunchy is on time attack? Alright. I always get confused with all those menus at the beginning, because I always make sure I hit time attack, because you can continue, you can do new game, and if you don't save, they're all pretty much the same thing, but yeah, so pretty much neck and neck, as you would expect for so early in the game, but yeah, we'll see how they do on the climb. The first little section where skill comes into play, where dexterity matters. Elias going up the left side. Not a bad idea if you're not as comfortable with the wall jumps. You do lose a little bit of time, but it's not a big deal. And it's a lot safer and will save you time over messing it up and falling after the wall jumps. So now they're going to get their second item, missiles. Very, very useful item. There's plenty of them in the game. This is the first of, I think it's 50, yeah, 50 packs, right? 5 times 50, yeah, 250. And then we fight the cave charge beam worm, who, funny enough, gives us charge beam. Takes 3 missiles. Crunchy looks like might have got a double, I believe. 2 missiles in 1 jump. It's a kind of tight trick. Oh, and Elias not even being able to take out the worm. That is unfortunate. If you don't kill him in 3 or 4 shots, it's a little vague. Sometimes he goes under after 3, sometimes it's after 4. Usually if he does give you a 4th opportunity, he only has his eye open for a very short amount of time. Oh, and only having 3 missiles. Well, we are gonna see some magic worked by Elias, because it's not in the best position right now, and that is just unfortunate, because so much of it's RNG and can't do much about that. Now, really, really good top runners, go for the double missiles and get it nearly every time, and then have ways to not worry about this. Also, when you kill the worm, he drops a ton of missiles, so you wouldn't have to worry about it. But yeah, he's gonna have a slow hive room, but playing it safe, which I respect that. That is definitely the better option. You do not want to die and have to restart. But now he doesn't have any missiles, but he's going to get one right coming up, so he'll be fine against the worm on his second fight. Hopefully it goes a little bit better than the first one. As Crunchy is making his way over to get the bombs. So, switch over his audio. It is a little loud. Alright, so Elias, no problem with Charge Worm, making his way over to get his own bombs, and Crunchy picking up the hidden missile behind the bombs and gonna kill some bugs and make his way out of there. We'll see how his RNG is today. These bugs are purely RNG. They just kind of scatter around. Seems like it was decent. Could have been better, but I've definitely had much worse. Those bugs, if they go, or some of them get stuck up in the top and you gotta wait forever, it's not a fun time. Taking a little acid bath. At this point in the game, you do not want to really be losing health, because if you're not at full health, then you're able to get health drops more often. I don't know exactly how the formula works, but if you have full health, then you're more likely to get missile drops, and we would much rather have missile drops because we will need missiles coming up pretty soon. Like Elias taking a safer grouping strat with the bugs, which I can definitely respect. Letting the bugs latch on and then bombing all of them together. You do take a little bit of damage, but it's pretty negligible. I mean, as long as he doesn't fall in the acid there, he's gonna have a little bit more health than Crunchy. So, and he has to get a charge beam. That's right, he skipped it. It's kind of funny seeing charge beam there. You don't normally see that. As if this was a regular PB attempt, you know, any runner would, you know, just reset having missed the first charge worm, but tournament you can't do that. So, you know, if you miss one missile on him, that's, you know, you're kind of in trouble. You may not be able to recover from that very well, but everything's fine now. So, Crunchy entering Kraid. Kraid is a pretty quick area, and we do almost everything there is to do in Kraid. There's one item that you need gravity suit and a couple other things to get, and you don't get gravity suit until much later on. So we kind of say, hey, just, oh, whatever. We'll skip a couple items and get them later. Because, of course, at the end of the game, when you have gravity suit, you have other items as well, and you're much more prepared and can go through some of those rooms much more quickly, you know, with speed booster and screw attack and space jump. Right here for Crunchy, coming up on the first mandatory double bomb jump, gets it just fine. You can single bomb jump that, but it's a lot easier to do the double diagonal. Unfortunately, missing the way back up, but hitting the ball cannon not much slower, and is making his way onto Acid Worm. Meanwhile, Elias is just about to take the elevator down into Kraid. So what we want to see right now from Crunchy, he has 39 missiles. The maximum is 40, so he's looking fine right now. Acid Worm takes, I believe, 20. No, I think it's 2 sets of 15, so 30. That sounds right. And then, yes, yeah, it looks right. You want to end the fight with 10, which he's fine. He's got 1 extra to kill the crab, if it's in his way, and it will be in his way. Oh, but he missed the crab. That's fine. So you want to have at least 10 by the end of the fight. If you have an odd number, no matter what, you can kill the crab because missile drops give you 2. So no matter what, if you need a missile drop, then needing 1 is just as bad as needing 2. So might as well kill the crab and save some time. But we need those missiles to kill some giant side hoppers later. There's 2 giant side hoppers. They take 10 missiles each, so therefore we need 20. You need 10 after Acid Worm because you pick up 2 expansions between Acid Worm and the giant side hoppers. Sorry, I'm taking a drink of water. Sorry if my voice is a little nasally. I did have a cold last week, but I'm doing a lot better now. So yeah, Elias making his way onto restoring power and fighting the Acid Worm. See how he does. He's also doing really well on missiles right now. Yeah, you know, if I was in a position, I wouldn't have recharged on them either. Usually I do, no matter what. grind up to 39 or 40, but you guys have had pretty great luck with their missile counts. And Crunchy's in the room with the giant side hoppers, going for a jump bomb jump, but then he just decides to double bomb jump, much safer strat. Meanwhile, Elias is having a bit of a slower acid worm. He's opting to not dip into the lava, but he finishes him off, gets tons of missiles because he did not lose any health. So all of his drops are missiles. So now he's looking fine on all that. I had to cost you just a bit of time. Crunchy is in the most boring room in the game, as it's been named by other runners. Because it's just kind of a slow room. There's lots of bombing. You gotta shoot at all these pillars. You can save a little bit of time on this last one. But Crunchy's not going for it. It's a really tight jump, bomb jump, and you have to kind of weave around the rippers flying around there. But opting for the regular safe strat. So he's gonna make his way and get the next upgrade. This room he's in now, it's just an awful room. Those bugs flying around. I don't know. I always hate it. And you gotta shoot that one missile block. And I always hit a flying bug. They have names. I don't remember what they are. But he's gonna heal up so that he has full 60 missiles, so he can go through some rooms and make his way to the Kraid fight and put those missiles to good use. Now Elias making his bomb jump and going across the top as a morph ball. For the acid worm skipless room. It's an interesting choice. Most people I know just do a little jump, but I don't believe it's any slower. So, Crunchy starting the fight. See how he does. Fastest is a 2-cycle. Yeah, he doesn't get it. Alright, I think that was 4. So, unfortunately, I don't think you can get 2 cycles if you don't do double missiles. But there's a lot of projectiles. He has this big claw he swipes with. They can just be kind of difficult to do quickly, but not that much slower. He gets the speed booster, and Elias is in the most boring room in the game. So Crunchy's gonna boost on up, take the zipline out. He's got one more energy tank to get, and then he's heading over to go to Norfair and make his way to Ridley, eventually. Well, Elias is just now getting the space jump. That'll come handy later. Looks like Crunchy missed the jump. It's unfortunate. Sorry about that. As I said, I am getting over a cold. No, never done. Crunchy saying in chat, never done that before. Yeah. Oh, and losing his spark to that little crab guy. It's unfortunate. Appears Elias is having some difficulty getting up to that upper chamber. If you knew that those blocks down there were missile blocks, that might help him a little bit, but he gets it. He's doing fine. That is just a tricky area. If you don't get things just right, it can go much, much worse. And he's opting to jump through some of the enemies instead of double missiling all the ones on the ground. Perhaps trying to save some ammo. Not sure. He's gonna try and bomb jump up, but yeah. These red crabs drop their eyeballs, and they hurt. So you gotta be, you know, really careful about that. If you get hurt, then you're not gonna continue that bomb jump. So let's see how his Kraid fight goes. Kraid is undeniably the hardest boss in 100%. In any percent, he takes 3 super missiles and just goes down instantly. But he's a lot more difficult in this because we just have missiles to fight him. And 1 missile is 1/5 of a super. But it looks like Elias said, relatively quick fight, and Crunchy going for Charge Spark. Still learning the names of all the different sparks. Now there's Money Spark and Ice Cream Spark and all that, but that one's Charge Spark, and it's a little tight, but saves a bit of time. And it's for swag, so I respect that. Swag is always fun to see in a race. So right now, Crunchy is going to make his way all the way left and get his power grip, because there's a vine-like object that is arbitrarily blocking our path, and you have to pick it up in order to progress in the game. And that's just the way it is. That's the way they designed it. I don't know why, but you know, not everything can be like super missiles where you can get them with any combination of items. You can get them in any percent. You don't have to fight any boss. Super missiles in this game are pretty nice, routing wise, but some of the other items aren't as kind. Oh, right, I was just mentioning other names of sparks, because I remember when I first started beginning of the summer running this game, people would throw out the names of like different tricks. I had no idea what they meant. So it's taken a while for me to figure out. Charge Spark is the one you do in the cave with the charge beam. Money Spark is in that purpley room in Ridley. And then Ice Cream Spark is the one right before Ice Beam. So, yeah. And then the Criteria Super JBJ is not what Crunchy just did. He did the regular sparks, but you can do a higher spark up with a jump bomb jump, and it's really tight. And then just do a single spark to the right and kind of skip that. He's gonna double bomb jump out of here as Elias is out of Kraid and making his own way over towards North Fair. So it doesn't look like we're gonna see a spark from Elias. That's okay. The spark doesn't save that much time. The Money Spark is in North Fair. I always get confused. Those areas look so similar. North Fair, I think, was one of the hardest parts of 100% to learn, because you go back and forth and like all over the place. Yeah, that whole area after Screw Attack is just kind of confusing. Not as confusing as Chozodia, but it's still pretty annoying. Now I know it just in terms of you're in this room, go to this room next, but it's definitely not something that's super easy to just kind of pick up. So looks like we're seeing Crunchy go for a strategy called New Fair, which is a newer way to go through Norfair, where you skip Ice Beam and just immediately go down and get High Jump. Obviously picking up a few items along the way. And oh, unfortunately, blowing up the left wall there. You can blow up that left wall from bomb magic. I don't know. If you lay your bomb high enough, then it doesn't destroy the floor. I don't know why. I've asked why, and it has something to do with. Oh no, he missed the missile. I don't think we'll see him go back for it. He'll probably wait till the very, very, very end of the game to get that. But what was I even saying? Oh yeah, the bomb chain, the blocks. So there's bomb blocks, and when they're chained together like that, if two of them are supposed to explode in the same frame, some voodoo magic happens, and sometimes one of them doesn't. Whatever. It doesn't go away, and that's what happens with the floor there if you bomb in like the right spot. But the right spot is a pretty big area, so generally you'll be fine. So he's gonna make his way through the heated rooms, and he healed up, which was a safe play after taking that little lava dip he had. So it's always a little nerve-wracking, and he's fine. He's out of there. He can choose to heal up again at Speed Booster. Elias having some trouble with his bomb jumps. I would recommend for him probably to just wall jump up the left wall. It's kind of hard to do. You have to be in the alcove and then jump out of it and go up the wall, but it's faster than single bomb jumping. And it wasn't until my previous run that I implemented double bomb jumping. So we see Screw Attack and a heal from Crunchy, which I think is a smarter play, safer play definitely. Especially when you have such a lead, might as well. So, coming up right here is if he'd stored that and then managed to keep that spark into this room that Crunchy's in right now. That is money spark. This is the purpley I was thinking of. It looks pretty Ridley-esque to me, I don't know. I don't know why, I just couldn't place it off the top of my head. But we're not done with heated rooms. Still got a few left. Hopefully he's got plenty of health, he should be fine. You have to be something pretty big to happen to mess him up. I don't mean to jinx him, so, you know, knock on wood, but should be fine. Well, Elias is going and getting Ice Beam on the normal route. So it'll be kind of cool to see the differences, because at this point, Crunchy doesn't have Ice Beam still, and Elias just got it right now. And he's going to have Wave Beam, which you don't get to see very often in this game. Wave Beam without ice. I think it kind of looks the same, but it's supposed to be like a purpley color. Kind of like in the original Metroid on NES. So we'll see it in just a second. There it is. I think it looks the same bluish as Ice Beam. But, yeah, that's just me. It is a little different. Excuse me. So Crunchy going through the 45 health room, the room that always damages you 45 health. It's information that's really important to know if you're low on health, and to realize if you're going to make it or not. See Elias taking some safer Ice Beam strats, freezing some enemies rather than just kind of barreling through them. I respect that. If you're not comfortable with the enemy patterns, might as well. He's gonna go into what I call first heated room. It is easily the worst heated room. See how he does. I have nearly died in this room so many times. He's out. He lost not as much health as he could have. He's going left. Oh, right, he has to speed boost. What am I thinking? Yeah. So hopefully he has enough health. I don't know the exact calculations. And what is Crunchy? I don't know, I must be blanking on New Fair. Because wait, yes, because he's gonna go up and then all the way down. Yes, never mind me. Yeah, he's getting Ice Beam now, and he's gonna go up. And see, now he has Screw Attack, so he can barrel through a little bit easier. Did Elias miss the okay, I saw him spark. Uh-oh, what's he doing? I don't know why he grabbed that. Oh, I don't know if he can escape. And a quick reminder that a death is a reset. So that is a 27-ish minute loss. He's gonna have to reset the room. Oh, I don't know if he has enough health. I don't think 41 is enough. Oh no. Well, hopefully he has enough time to keep going and still get an official time. We'll see. Excuse me. Yeah. Man. Well, at least he's restarting. It's good to see, not giving up. Yeah, you hate to see it happen, but I've definitely been there. I've had way too many runs in this tournament where I've just opted to skip doing those rooms entirely because I didn't have enough health. And that's why I started routing in New Fair. But, man, I've only had like, I think one actual run that I finished doing it. I'm no expert on it, but kind of winging it a little bit. So Crunchy is going to, having fought the Imago Cocoon, fight the actual Imago. He whiffed a super. That's not the best, but we'll see how he does. So usually you want to get a once cycle, but he still makes the best of what he can. Yeah. Dying is just a 27 or whatever minute loss, so he'll still get a time. So whatever his time is whatever it is. And yeah, we have like a huge, like 7 or 8 way tie or something in the tournament for like 7th and 8th place or something. Everyone with 3 wins. Then we're gonna all compete, and then all the people in the top 8 of the Swiss round get to move on to a single elimination bracket. So I believe Elias is at 1.5 points. Don't believe he makes the cutoff. Well, let me check real quick on that. Yeah, he has 1.5. And then Crunchy is at 2. So if Crunchy wins this, the 3, because a win is 1 point. Getting a bye is also 1 point, and tying is a half point. So if Crunchy wins this, then he will be tied, and will be in the big race to decide who of the people with 3 points gets to move on to the next round, or the next phase rather of the tournament. So Crunchy's now in Ridley. He's tackling some of the puzzle rooms. There's a lot of speed boosting puzzles you get to do here. But he had no trouble with the first room. We'll see how he does in some of the other ones. I know it can just be like a mentality thing sometimes, especially with the speed jump. It's a 4-frame trick we'll see coming up. And you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. It's kind of a poopy thing, but a lot of it is mentality. So he's doing fine with the first room, but the one coming up is the bigger threat, the speed jump. So you gotta destroy all the blocks. Nice, first try. That's what you want to see. Because as soon as you don't make it once, then it's like it's in your head, you know. And it's not hard to practice and get it first try, but you know, I've seen some pretty good runners of this game, you know, still mess it up. And just you messed up once, and you're thinking about it, and you're just you know. But he seems to have no problem with it at all, which good on him. So Elias just getting his bombs for the second time, going for his grouping strat. The bugs were giving him an okay time there. So Crunchy is currently picking up some loose missiles, but also getting a ton of supers, because we just want to destroy Ridley when we get to him. And just have so many, and look at those drops, man. I wish I could have those. Because with Ridley's Lair, when we go into this, we have everything we need to full clear it. So we go in there and get every single item there is to get, and then you leave and never come back. So that's just kind of how 100% is, and I think it's kind of nice. I wish we could do that with grade, but fortunately we missed a few items. But it all works out. We'll see that much later. I should check their PBs. Never did that up front. Let's see. I don't know if Elias has a... let me check. No, I don't think he has one on speedrun.com. But Crunchy has a PB of 1:23.19. So we'll see how he does. 1:23 is not the worst time in the world. I think 1:30 is like a pretty easy time to get past, as long as you have spent time memorizing the route and all that. And then anything, you know, faster than 1:25 takes a bit of practice. think I'm at like a 126. And if you're really good, you get a 110. Yeah, like world record good. We've had a couple 110s, and I think we've even had a 108 earlier in the tournament by some of the really top runners. But you know, those guys spent so many years on this. But a 123 is not bad. Especially since this is a game of a lot of little optimizations. So, one of the things I can mention is just some of Zero Mission's mechanics. So when you jump, you move slower horizontally. So one of the things you'll notice, the runners will make an attempt to minimize time spent in the air when they can. Right now he's jumping a bunch, trying to get drops from those owls, because they have the highest drop rate for super missiles of any enemy in the game, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure it's true. Last I checked. And so when you jump, you want to leave the ground at the latest time possible and land at the earliest time possible without falling into whatever pit you're jumping over. So it's a real challenge, takes a lot of muscle memory, a lot of practice, and that's one of the things that really separates, you know, a good runner from everybody else. So, Crunchy has now killed Kraid, he's killed Ridley, took him no time at all, and he is going to head on over, back up to Brinstar and clean it out. And just full clear Brinstar. And then after that, he's going to make his way to Turian to fight the titular Metroids and eliminate the evil Mother Brain. But he's still got a couple items to get before them. And Elias has got to battle his way through Kraid on his second trip, fighting that acid worm. I don't even think that's acid. It's probably lava. It's having some difficulty with the wall jumps, but wall jumping out of liquid is just hard in this game, because it kind of slows you down, and then that difference between slowing down and speeding up right at the end is just annoying. So, Elias doing his cleanup. Falling down a little bit, but it's okay. There is actually a route where you get all these items earlier. It's called Early Brinstar Cleanup. Only a few runners do this. It is very slightly faster, but it's much harder to do it. And there's bomb jumps, and if you mess it up, then you're just losing time. And it's so slightly faster, it's not even worth it. Not worth it for most regular people, I would say. So, that's why I don't do it, and that's why most people don't do it. The Crunchy's right next to the Various Suit room. It's the room that contains the Various Suit. In this room he's in right now, there's an energy tank. And that's all we care about. Because we get this energy tank and then say see ya and hightail it out of there. That is because we don't need Various Suit. We're pretty much done with acid and all that. For now, at least. And when we get Gravity Suit, the game just gives us Varia anyways, and it counts as a %, and it's not even in the room anymore. So, no reason to pick it up. Might as well skip it. So he's heading back. I believe he's just got one more missile, if I'm thinking things right, and then long beam. Well, Elias looks like he's going the wrong way. He's got to kill the giant sidehopper still. Oh, he's farming. He's farming missiles. He can just kill the first giant sidehopper, and then hope he gets some drops. That's definitely the play, because you can use 10 on the first guy. Worst case scenario, you have to waste a few shots on the second one. It's not the end of the world. They do, because how many? Is it 10? I think it's 10 shots for one missile, which is a lot, but pretty sure it's faster than this. I don't think these bugs have the highest drop rate for missiles. So Crunchy got long beam, got his missile tank, and he's gonna go head into Torian. So excuse me for just a quick moment. I'm gonna go get a drink of water. My throat is super sore. I'll be right back. Alright. Sorry about that. I'm getting over a bit of a cold. So Crunchy is entering Torian. He's gonna fight the Metroids. The big scary titular brain sucky grabby monsters. Already got the first one down. So the Metroids they need to be frozen. They spawn at a random time after being activated. And then after being frozen, need to be either shot with 5 missiles or 1 super missile. Now, you do want to have 4 super missiles for the Mother Brain fight. And I calculated this out at one point, and I do not remember what it is, but Metroids do not drop super missiles very often, so you do want to conserve them, and make sure you always have that 4 sitting around. So most people will just treat 4 as, 0 or whatever, and just not go below it. Excuse me. So, Crunchy having no trouble with these Metroids. Getting some kind of funky patterns and things. But he's making his way through. Oh no! A second death from Elias. That is very unfortunate. 43 minutes. Yeah, I would recommend, if he's ever in that situation again, to stay up above on the top path and just, if you're out of missiles, stay on the top and aim diagonally down through the blocks at those side hoppers, at the second one at least. Man, you hate to see it happen, but respect to him for sticking it with us and staying for a 3rd attempt. Because, just getting any time is really, there's something about it, getting an official time is like an honor. So, but I do wonder if we'll see like a time constraint or something. Now, you hate to see it happen, but you'd also hate to see something happen to Crunchy, but it could happen. Hopefully, he'll be, smart and heal in Chozodia, but some runners don't. I'm pretty sure almost everybody heals every race. I know I think when John and Scotty had their races, they did not heal, but they're the, first and second place runners. And they've been at this for a long time. But everybody else heals because in Chozodia, pirates do 100 damage and you start out with 99 health. So, we'll see. But yeah, overall, it looked like his Torian went really well. It's good for him. Didn't get grabbed at all, and had pretty decent luck with supers. So some of you want to see, because the Metroids, I checked the drop table recently, and a lot of enemies surprised me. I think I still have it in an Excel file somewhere. I like sorted it and like ranked all the enemies by different things. And what was it? What are the enemies? There's the owls are, I believe, were the most for super missiles. Metroids don't drop missiles hardly ever, or don't drop supers hardly ever. And then like nothing drops power bombs at a reasonable rate. There's one enemy that does. I don't remember what it is. I'd know it if I saw it, or if I was at the part of the game where that was relevant. But Crunchy is starting his suitless section. This section is a little unfortunate in that it is always the same every run, except for hard mode. It's a little different, but any percent, 100%, you always have to do it. It's always suitless. The stealth section. But, yep, getting map skip. Nice. And he's healing. Awesome. One of the things I encourage everybody to do right now, take a look at Samus's ponytail and just like stare at it for like a little bit and watch all the like physics and things and like what happens. Like when she's running, it's behind her. When she's falling, it goes up. There's like so much going on, and they put so much detail into it. I don't know. I always thought that was really. But then usually, if you like take the time to appreciate that, you're probably not playing the game as quickly as you can. And no, neither player has saved, which typically you don't in this type of a run, because typically if you do die, it's a reset, because you have to, you know, if you don't save, then you just start the game over. But in a race setting, it's a little bit different. Typically, you don't expect to die in a race, but Elias is a newer runner and has had some unlucky and slightly more difficult circumstances. So, he just got his bombs again, Elias. Let's see how his bugs are this time. Wow, looks like they all kind of just jumped onto him. That, I gotta say, that was not bad. Those are pretty good bugs. Look pretty fast to me. I'm no expert on bugs, but looks pretty good. I don't know if his grouping strat is the fastest, but it looked like they got out of that upper part pretty quickly. So Crunchy is almost done with the mothership portion of the suitless. Oh, that's not the one you want to hit. So he activated tripwire. You're not supposed to hit that one. Not a big deal. Just gonna hide up here and continue the route as normal. And they already forgot about him. Pirates are wandering around. Oh, I thought I saw Samus. Like, no. That wasn't Samus. That's just some other blue suit, ponytail gun person. And then they just go about their day. Yeah, I would think they would have informed someone, like someone higher up, been like, hey, we saw Samus. Like, remember how we thought she was dead? Yeah, we saw her. We should, like, keep the gates locked, because we definitely saw her. But, you know, space pirates, not that bright. So, let's, in our benefit, kind of let us roam around and stuff. I would love to see like a 3D remake of this. I know that the devs said they were having trouble coming up with ideas for Prime 4. Just make this in 3D. Be awesome. Or Super Metroid. Or just remake the Prime games. Look awesome. Then we get to find out what the pirates are so confused about in the 3D space. You know, why they can't comprehend where Samus could have gone. Because they barricaded all the things. You just have to do a sweeping check through all those areas. And then you're good, but I don't know. Oh yeah, Zero Mission Remake. This is a remake of the original Metroid. But this game came out when I was, what, 4? It's been 16 years, I believe, right? Because it was 2004? Or 2003 or something. So, yeah, a remake would be cool. What I think would be a cool remake is original NES Metroid, right? And then you get to the suitless section, and then after that it's Super Metroid. I think that'd be pretty cool, as long as they didn't make the map kind of stupid and made it flow well and able to backtrack and nothing was mandatory. I think that would be cool. I know this game, there's a lot of like art stuff. It kind of took the series in a different direction. Well, Fusion did too. Because of that like comic book style, like anime, whatever. Like coming up right here, you look at Samus's face. I'm pretty sure I read somewhere like a long time ago, and don't remember where. But this right here of her as a kid or something, that's from like a manga. Don't quote me on that. No idea how credible of a source that was, or it was based off of a manga or something. I know there is a Metroid manga that's like not super duper canon, but kind of canon. And that's where some of the ideas of this game with the bird and or the Chozo old bird or whatever his name is, all that comes from. Yeah, I remember. It's like a really vague like memory, but I don't want to spread misinformation. So look it up. Use the powers of Google if you're super curious. Find that manga, read it yourself. Back to the gameplay though. Crunchy having a pretty alright Charlie. Wasn't super the most paying attention, but it looked pretty alright. So, more cutscenes. I have a little story about the cutscenes in this game. So, like, I haven't done speedruns of any other game, right? Just this one. I just started out at the beginning of the summer. And I was uploading some of them to YouTube. Cutscenes like that one and a couple others, they're so short in this game, and they're just like a few seconds long. There's only a couple of them, but the YouTube algorithm or whatever decided cutscenes. It identified those, and it's like, that's what we want as thumbnails. So every speedrun I ever uploaded to YouTube, they all had the same thumbnails, and it got really annoying because I couldn't tell the videos apart. And yes, Elias did die once to a heated room, and then a second time to the giant side hoppers. Excuse me. Which is unfortunate. So he's looking at like a, what was it, 43-minute time loss, I think. So yeah, we just gotta believe in him. That's all you gotta do. Give him your chat energy powers, and you can help him through this. I'd love to see him finish. I think that'd be really rad. Although it would be a little late, so hopefully we could get someone else on commentary for that to help me with it. But yeah, just use your belief. Leaf is a powerful tool. So Crunchy, right now, got the full power suit with gravity suit, add-on, and everything. Got plasma beam, got space jump, heckin' powered up, right? So he's gonna make a beeline for those power bombs. Power bombs are really annoying. The only use for power bombs is to get more power bombs. That's it. That's it. So they're a really annoying contrived item in this game, and you don't need them to beat the game, and you have to backtrack a lot to get most of them. It's a mess, but whatever. So the big late game routing difference that's going to come up and come into play soon is you can either clip through the door in that room with power bombs, or you can not clip through the door. You either get it or you don't. Most people get it. I do a pause buffer strat that literally no one else does. I think it's just a really old trick that I saw somewhere, but it's like literally free if you do that. Some people opt not to. They just choose not to do that strat, but we'll see. So there's that, and then there's Glass Tube. Glass Tube is a slightly harder, much harder trick, but not like actually that hard. I still miss it all the time. But you only get one shot per like game file to do that. So we'll see, and that has a huge routing consequence as well. So yeah, if you're just joining us, Elias has died twice. He's looking at a 43-minute time loss, but you know, he's still going, and that's what really matters at the end of the day: the will and the skill to survive. Just like Rocky taught us, you know, in the Eye of the Tiger. And Elias has got the Eye of the Tiger. I believe that he can finish this. He can pull through. So, you know, props to him for continuing. Props to both runners for being in this tournament and just having a blast. So, right now, Crunchy is coming up on power bombs. There it is. There's the tank. There is our illustrious power bombs. Let's see what he's gonna do. Okay, so he grabbed the ledge. When someone grabs the ledge, that means they're probably gonna do door clip. You did the little thingy, then you do like the crouch and stand, and he's through. I have no idea how that works. It's like sub-pixel magic. I don't even do that method. I just know kind of what it looks like when people do it, but he did it. So by doing that, you can go through the door, right? Then you lay a power bomb on the other side. You destroy the power bomb blocks in that room, and open the power bomb door permanently. So you save one power bomb. By saving one power bomb, you can go get some other items earlier than later. And it allows you to have one extra power bomb for a later thing, and avoid a long and difficult chain of shine sparks. And that is the nicer thing. I have never had to do that chain of shine sparks ever in a run thus far. Knock on wood. It's not really wood. This is wood. There we go. I hope I never have to. I've never practiced it. So no, Crunchy, I made that mistake before too. Yeah, you gotta go back. He did the optimal backup, but he hadn't broken the blocks. And we noticed, just because I look out for that, he switched his splits from red to green. I would guess that was a switch from comparing to personal best, switching over to comparing to average. I've seen some runners do that, which, you know, there's no shame. We're all here for the good fun. So Elias got his energy tank and is about to make his way out of Kraid. Unfortunately, will not be sub-hour, but he's out of Kraid. I would save if I were him, because what's important now is beating the game. So, looks like Crunchy's timer isn't perfectly aligned. I have no idea how or who to talk to fix that, but we all know it's a 1. Spoilers, there's a 1 over there. This game takes longer than an hour. So, what? Oh yeah, he forgot to heal. Excuse me. For the door clip route, you have to heal there. Because you need the power bombs, because you only have 4 in order to get through all this stuff. So we're going to see him get a power bomb tank, and this power bomb tank he's about to get would be the last one if you miss door clip. But I've come to realize that naming things last or first is not super helpful when everyone has different routes. And no, Lex did not save, but he did heal because you have to in this route. But I would recommend Elias to save just in case. Oh, it looks like he skipped charge beam. That is an interesting choice. There's some strats you can do with charge beam, and if you don't know what those strats are, then you don't save any or lose any time really by picking it up or not picking it up. I have a couple rooms where it's just easier to charge a beam and jump through some enemies, so I always pick it up. But yeah, it's to each their own. In any percent, you skip it going through the first time. So here we go, Lex. Coming up on glass tube. Let's see how it goes. He sets it up, he runs. So you have to run across the glass tube to charge the spark, but the glass tube is gone permanently now on this file. So he saves it. Ooh, that is crispy. I have never seen that setup before. I had a minor heart attack, but yeah, running off the ledge like that and then triggering it midair. I stop on the very tippy edge and do a diagonal because I like to be safe. Oh, and he won the lottery! Look at that! This is called Lottery Room. These enemies have a pretty high drop rate for power bombs. Most enemies have a non-existent drop rate for power bombs. And you win the lottery if you get a power bomb drop. Because, I don't know, that's just what it's called. And also, it used to be, before door clip was discovered, the only way to have enough power bombs for the part coming up. Because you want to have an extra power bomb about here-ish. I'll mention it. Because there's these 2 little blocks in your way. And they're pretty annoying. Because if you don't have an extra power bomb, well, they're just kind of in your way. And you gotta do a long spark around them right here. If you can blow them up, then you can just run through them. And it's nice and easy. Oh, what? I don't know what that was. Huh. Taking it nice and safe, I guess. Maybe he balled accidentally. You know, one of the things that I always say, like unironically, pressing down is actually, like real actual, the hardest trick in the game. Because you gotta press down. It can't be down left, it can't be down right, it has to be down after holding left or holding right. And it's so hard. It's like, can't even describe it. I always have trouble with it. Other people have trouble with it, but some of them don't like to admit it. It's okay. We all struggle with pressing down. It's not as easy as it seems. And that's how you store the shine sparks, and how you crouch, and if you press it again, you morph, and how you shoot down while in midair, how you shoot aim diagonally after holding one of the shoulders. It's a mess, but yeah. So this is Mother Brain's room after it exploded. So we're gonna head back here, pick up some nice little items she left for us. And this is the Torian Space Boost. So making short work of that, and Crunchy's gonna head on out of there. Meanwhile, Elias is attempting his bomb jump. He's actually keeping pace. Nice. Didn't do that bad. You can get out of there a little bit faster with optimal double bomb jumps, but like I said, I learned this game back in May, and it's now about mid-August, and I just have had one run implement double bomb jumps. It was literally like I woke up one day and I could do them all of a sudden. If you don't know the rhythm, there's no reason to really go for them. So you're better off sticking to whatever bomb jump pattern you know. It seems he's just mashing the button, which in this game is totally fine, because bombs in this game are great. They have a pretty short fuse, they have a wide radius, they launch pretty high up. So these bombs are nice bombs, whereas some other games are a little slow. So Crunchy's getting the one item in Kraid that we could not get earlier due to ball spark. I believe that was suboptimal. Should have standing spark to the left. See, he lost some frames there, but in the grand scheme of things, I don't think that's going to matter much. The ball spark does take a little bit longer to activate, only slightly, but I know that's not something I would be thinking about in a long run like this, especially in a tournament. Especially, I don't know what time zone Crunchy's in, but for me it's a little late at night. So, you know, a very minor thing. So we'll see what he does. He's gonna go to Norfair, clean that up, and then head back up and clean Chozodi and beat the game. That's his mental map for right now. Meanwhile, Elias has the ice beam. Gonna do the smart big brain thing. He's gonna heal up. He does not have an opportunity to save. So, yeah. So when I was mentioning earlier that Morph Ball is slow, it's a ball spark. So if Samus stores her running speed from the speed boost and crouches, you can then press A and spark in a direction. Any of 5 directions. You can't go any of the downwards ones. So you can go up, or the diagonals, the 2, or the 2 sidewayses. If you turn to a Morph Ball, you can also do any of those 5 directions after pressing A. But if you press a direction and then A, it counts as a spinning jump while you're morphed, so you don't spark. It's weird. But the animation for the ball spark is like more dramatic or whatever, so it takes ever so slightly longer. So you usually want to avoid it when you can, and do regular sparks if possible. There's a spot I do a ball spark where most people don't even do a spark at all, they do a space boost. But the ball spark's just easier. Oh, Elias having some rough luck with the seahorse there. That's a mean horse. But let's hope this room give Elias your spirit energy. He's doing a lot better on health. I don't know if... Did he skip the first room? And he's going for this strategy again. Doesn't get it. What he needs to do is jump and bomb in midair and kind of, he got it. He's fine. So, he needs to reset the room again in order to get out, because he doesn't have enough space. That room, I don't know what the developers intended. Like, did they really intend for you to reset the room a whole bunch to do it? Like, I don't know, that seems kind of ridiculous. And he missed the missile, that's fine, he can get it way later. You can get that as like one of the last missiles in the game. It's not a big deal. He's low on health, doesn't need to worry about it. Crunchy also missed that missile and is about to get it right now. Oh, look, a high five! Are we gonna see a space boost? Oh, look at that! Look at that space boost. Look at that swaggin' on Twitch chat. Look at that guy. So cool. So, yeah, I'm glad Crunchy remembered that. Because, that would stink. That's one of the worst missiles to miss, too. Because it, like, eats at you the entire run. You're like, oh, I gotta go get that missile. I can't forget. If I forget, that's real bad. Because, you know what's worse? You know what would be worse than getting a 3-hour run? As surprising as it may be, there is something worse than that. A 9-hour disqualification for getting 99%. When you think about it, it's much better to play it safe. Oh, Elias, okay, he made it. That is a really scary jump. I'm glad he made it. Prayers to Elias. But yeah, if the optimal strat, if you get 99% or anything lower, is to start the game over and play again in a race, or in a tournament race at least. So, it looks like Elias is taking all the heals, playing it super safe. Good for him. I expect we'll see him heal here too. And screw attack. There's Crunchy is just finishing up criteria, yeah. So this is the last missile outside of Chozodia, right? Yes. So Crunchy, all Crunchy's got to do is go through Chozodia, get the items in here, and that is it. Wow, that's a lot of missed missiles. So you'll notice Crunchy has a metric, I believe, buttload of missiles right now. And yeah, most of those will go unused. Which is kind of dumb. Why do we need these missiles? I don't know. Well, supers are nice. And why do we have so few power bombs? I don't know. I don't know. Someone should call up the game designers, be like, hey Miyamoto, why'd you do this? I don't think he worked on this game, but someone should ask him. Ask him his thoughts on that. Meanwhile, in terms of the game, Elias getting his heated rooms done. He's healing a lot. He's farther than he's been in the past hour. Great to see. He missed that one missile tank, but that's not a big deal. He can get it later. But as far as I can tell, he hasn't forgotten any items. I think he skipped the first heated room, and that is a hard room, especially for a newer runner. I know I've had tons and tons of blunders in that room. And yes, I haven't played Fusion in a long time, but I do know that you get way too many items. You want to talk about a metric buttload. Look at the expansions you get in Fusion. You get like 1 million energy tanks in that game. Probably because they're all in one line instead of being 2 rows. 20 E-tanks. That is too many. I know you get like a bajillion power-ups. Even in like they are in 2 rows? I thought they were like little like rectangles. What am I thinking of? Yeah, aren't they small rectangles? And it's like impossible to actually count them? 2 rows of small... Okay, I gotta look up a picture of this. Alright. Metroid... Fusion... 100%... whatever. We're gonna settle this. I know the first game had 1 row. Oh, there are 2 rows. Yeah, but it's still like impossible to count them. They're all like little tiny little tick marks. But like the first 10 are all in 1 row. I like what they do in this game. Now they give you 6. They make them really big, and then you get your 7th one, and then it starts as like, ha, psych, there's more. You thought there were 6, like in the original, ha, fool. There's more. There's 12. And I have a hard time, and especially in like Metroid Prime, I cannot, for the life of me, count how much health I have in Metroid Prime. All those squares in 1 row, I gotta like cover one eye and then use my thumb and like cover up 1 square at a time to count them. It's like impossible. Yeah, I've not played AM2R. Seen a little bit of it, but oh yeah, interface was. I didn't think about that, but yeah, that is. I've heard a lot of good things. I just, I don't know. I haven't got around to it. Should play it though. It's one of the only Metroid games I haven't actually played. But regardless, Elias taking down Imago Cocoon. My opinion, the worst mini boss in the game. He's just annoying. All the little spores go everywhere. They get all over the place. They're probably sticky. Let's be honest, he's a big plant. Probably really sticky. Kind of gross. Just gross big shrimpo bug man. So, now that he's dead, Elias can go and refight him, but as a butterfly. It's beautiful. Probably far less sticky. I don't know anything about butterflies, but if I had to rate butterflies and caterpillars, I would say caterpillars have a higher likelihood of being sticky. Anyways, enough about that. Crunchy has a lot of items. How many items? A lot. How many is a lot? 99. You'll notice 1 little tick mark of energy is missing. You might be thinking, oh well, why would you get 99%? Isn't this a 100%? I didn't think this was a 99% tournament. Well, you're right, because guess what? And this is something else I don't like. I don't like this. There's some things about the map design in this game I'm not a big fan of. This is one of them. That, oh, Crunchy's going for it. No, he's not. He's not going for it. Never mind. Usually you wait. I always wait and open the door the second trip. But yeah, he's taking the safer Shine Spark. You can just like go through and do little space jumps, but it's more precise. So I don't go for it. And he's about to fight Mecha Ridley, the final boss of the game. And where's my splits? Alright. I am like pretty sure, like very, very pretty sure that I don't want to jinx it, and it looks like Crunchy has 100%, because Mecha Ridley has 3 times as much health if you have 100% of items, and takes 17 missiles instead of 6. And there you go, he's dead. Looks like Elias is attempting Ice Clip. A little unsuccessfully, but that's... Yeah. What was I gonna say? So, Crunchy. Probably gonna PB. Right? What was his PB? 123? 19? He's gonna be close. I don't remember how long the end of the game is. I think it's like 2 or 3 minutes. It's in that he's gonna be really close to a PB. How does the bug floor clip trick work? So now I've seen. Okay, you have to kill the enemy at the top of the room. That's rule number 1. And if he drops something, you have to collect his drop. Okay, rule number 2. You wall jump up and then slide against that little cliff up there, and that sets you up in the perfect spot. Rule number 3. You get 2 bugs on the same height. You have to freeze 2 bugs at the same time. And then you kill both bugs with 1 bomb, and you like stand up so you're in a crouch state on them. And then when you're not morphed and the bomb blows up, it doesn't give you a bounce. So it looks like he's just gonna go for the traditional. But then you kill 2 bugs at the same time, so it's like, oh, you're standing on a bug. So, and you killed it. Let's put you where the other one was. Oh, the other one's dead. Let's put you where the other one was. But there is no other one this time, so it's where the bugs spawn in the pipe, which is through the floor. Also, GG to Crunchy for that win. And PB. So, super congrats. Super Metroid congrats. That's not this game. But yeah, GG. GG Crunchy. With an official SRL time of 1:21:50. So, usually your SRL time is not exactly the same as your timer time, but they are. So, I need to mark that. There we go. A little winner thing should pop up. There it is. So, now we're going to see what happens. Hey, Crunchy.
What are we watching?
We are watching Elias.
Yo, nice.
He is in Ridley. He's having some trouble with Ice Clip.
Ooh.
But
I'll try to get too, I remember.
For you, congrats on your PB.
I still don't know how that happened. It's right around the time that I missed the missile tank coming back in Norfair, shine sparking across the room, right after falling in the lava in the worst possible way. I'm like, well, this pace is dead. I'm just gonna do what I do and see if I can get as close as possible to my PB. Then I'm like, wait, why am I a minute and a half ahead at the end? I'm so confused right now.
Right.
I don't know. I guess everything after. As soon as I got into Turian, I'm like, I'm a second and a half behind. I'm not expecting the rest of the run to be good because most of my time save is early. And then I had my best Turian ever, and then things just kept getting better. How did I find like 30-something seconds in Suitless? You don't just find 30-something seconds in Suitless.
Well, maybe your Charlie fight went better than your PB. They had better RNG.
Possibly. It also helps that I got the with like the sub-pixel perfect thing on Tripwire Skip where you grab the ledge. I was like, wait, how did I? It's a what?
Right. But yeah, just congrats. You had a lot of great moments in there.
Yeah,
pretty clean playing.
Good. Yeah, I'm pleased with everything after in the second half. Usually that's the part where I worry more about the first half. That's where I lose time. But nah, second half really made up for it this time.
Right. I know a lot of runners worry about second half because you spend so much time in the first half. You know, if you're gonna reset, you're gonna reset earlier on. You know, and you're gonna just by nature of the game, you're gonna end up playing the first half more. So a lot of people have weaker second halves, but to bring it back like that is really awesome.
Yeah, and I finally remember the proper setup for the door clip because I kept screwing up the last part of it, and so I was like, no, wait, no, don't turn around, just shoot up, and I got it, and I felt real good.
Yeah, nice. I still have put off learning the regular door clip. I do a pause buffer that literally no one else does, but it's like super easy, and I'm just like a stickler and don't want to learn anything new.
I guess, but the new door clip, John and Phil literally explained it to me in 10 seconds. I was like, oh, is that it?
Yeah, I should.
Yeah, that really is all there is to it.
I should sit down and learn it.
You just have to from the left, jump onto the platform with the power bomb.
Ledge grab.
Sure to ledge grab, climb up, then jump off onto the right thing, and when you walk off and respin, land and wait until you get knocked by the pirate, and as soon as he knocks you to the right, shoot up.
Yeah, that sounds just about as complicated as the way I do it, but I'll try that. That sounds pretty easy.
Yeah, the only real hard parts are respinning off that little tiny block, and then making sure you don't accidentally move once the pirate jumps down. It's real easy to like accidentally turn left without thinking about it.
Right, especially if you don't have the best D-pad. I know it's choosing a specific left or right or up or down can be a little difficult.
Yeah, thankfully, ever since I got my SP to start cooperating again, my D-pad mistakes have been a lot less common.
Oh yeah, I wish I could play on an SP. I have a Wii U, but it'd be way too much to wire up, you know, a SP and a GameCube and all that every time I played. So maybe someday, but excuse me. So right now we're watching Elias, and for anyone out there, has anyone seen him save? Because I have not, and I would really hate to see another death.
I figure he's probably not going to save until entering Turian, because at this point, because once you get past the once you get past the heated rooms, it's the next real big worry point is Turian.
Right. Yeah, there's always Ridley. Ridley shouldn't kill you, but you know, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, if you whiff a few supers,
right,
and your energy's not at full because you take the E-tank right before Ridley, so
yeah.
I mean, it's possible, but Ridley just has to really just do all the wrong things for you.
Yeah, I don't know, and we've seen Elias hasn't had the best of luck these past few runs.
No,
have you been listening to commentary while you've been playing?
No, I don't listen. I don't like to listen to commentary. I have chat open so I can see that, but I don't listen.
Right. He has unfortunately had 2 deaths. Oof. So he started his 3rd run 43 minutes in, I believe. Which that's just unfortunate, but yeah, we'll see how he does. I don't know how long I can stick around. I'm actually just getting over a cold, so my voice isn't the best, but I'll stay around as long as I can for him.
Is there anything on the schedule after this we have to worry about?
Oh, that is a very good point to bring up. I will check that.
Probably not at this hour.
Unless there's some, like, I don't know, Europeans.
Very true. Europe is, in fact, many hours separated from us.
Alright.
Nope. We are the last thing until 10:30 a.m.
Well, on mine, I'm the first thing. Oh, yeah, until 10:30 a.m. Yeah, you're right. Same thing. Well, if you guys are going to be here for a while, if you feel like it, at 10:30 there's Final Fantasy, and that's on Speed Gaming 2. On Speed Gaming 1, there's Luigi's Mansion No Out of Bounds. So you can look forward to that.
A few hours of now.
Yeah, in 11 hours. Yes, I believe. Wait, no, wait. It's
10
It's
hours.
mid. It's 12:30 Eastern, going to 10:30. So yes, man, time zones are the hardest
zones
math.
They're a trip, let me tell you.
But Elias killed Ridley. He's got both the major bosses dead.
Ooh, he's having the same luck. He's having even worse luck than I did with super drops, though. He didn't. Looks like he got none off of Ridley, and he only got one from Speedway. That's rough.
That is very unfortunate. Luckily, he can heal at long beam. Worst case scenario.
Yeah, and he still has the 3 owls too.
Right.
Ooh, that drop.
Wow, that is pretty lucky. This guy doesn't have a high. I don't think he has a very high drop rate.
Not at all. Dude, I didn't know Elias was hitting the McDonald's drive-through because I'm loving it.
So let's see if he knows to farm. Yes, he does. Awesome.
Right.
He's perfect. He's got plenty.
Yeah, he's looking good now.
All right.
So how's Elias been looking so far? He hasn't missed any items. Didn't do what I didn't miss the Shine Spark missile. Great.
Well, he did miss. Was that this run? He missed it once. But he hasn't forgotten everything. I know he's a newer runner, but he's been holding his own.
Yeah, I've commentated one of his races before, and you can tell Elias is still getting the hang of the movement, but he knows his routes. He knows where he's going. Right. He knows what he needs to get. Right,
and that's definitely something that you like to see is a lot of improvement. But unfortunately, looks like he's not quit.
Oh no!
I don't know if he just has a time constraint, but you know, GG. Regardless, I mean, I got mad respect for anyone that can, come back a third time and put on a show. So
yeah, for real, it's really easy to get discouraged.
Yeah, definitely, to just go out there and just show us what you got. So GG, definitely to Elias. GG's in chat. So yeah, thanks to Crunchy for coming out here. And so you're at 3 points, right?
I think
you checked. You were at 2 before with a win that put you at 3, right?
Yeah, I had a bye, 1 win. This is so 3 points.
So do you know what's happening with everyone at 3 points? Is there going to be like a huge mega super race?
I think there's probably going to be a tiebreaker. I'm not 100% sure.
I think there's like a 7-way tie for 3 points, or something ridiculous like that.
I mean, you may very well be right. Although honestly, if that's the case, I might just bow out because one of my wins was due to a forfeit and a bye. So there's a lot of really strong people in that tie. Let me tell you. I
mean, I'm in it too. I think I'm pretty low on that ladder as well. But
actually, yeah. Let me pull up the challenge real quick because if I'm not mistaken, there are some people that I'm surprised are in that.
Yeah, I mean, because like I learned 100% for this tournament, so.
Yo, nice.
Yeah, I'm one of the newer runners, and I had to buy, so I got the 3. So I got it pulled up.
Yeah, we have Paulsmore in the 3 and 3.
Yeah, Paulsmore is a very high level runner.
Yeah, we have Paulsmore, we have Boxmeister, we have Monkey, we have Whale. We got some
Nick.
Real strong guns. Yeah, Nick.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of good people. So I don't know if we're gonna have a big race. I don't know if they're just gonna use times throughout the tournament.
I don't know. Well, they might narrow it down with times or whatever, or strength of the schedule or something. Because I'm sure a big race like that is cool, but it's definitely a lot harder for everybody to follow.
Yes, especially
know.
since school is starting up soon. I have
Oh
to
God,
move
it
back to
is.
college.
Oh my God, I'm feeling my hairs grow old as we speak. I have been so long since I've had to worry about school. Oh my God.
Oh yeah, I wish. But
don't be in any hurry to wish that, man. Let me tell
yeah,
you, don't be in any hurry.
yeah. Again, thanks everybody for coming out. Thanks, Elias, for giving it your all. Final Fantasy and Luigi's Mansion at 10:30 a.m. If anyone wants to stick around for 10 hours. And yeah, so we're either going to have a big super mega race to determine who makes it into the bracket, or something else is going to happen, and then we're just going to move into the top 8 players in a bracket. There'll be a single elimination, I'm pretty sure, and that'll be the next step of the tournament. So yeah, is there anything else needs to be covered?
Not much else except look forward to the top 8 when we get to it, because that's gonna be pretty darn cool.
Yes, those are some really, really great runners. Playing for a long time, know all the tricks, all the minor saves, and they go for them every time. And they're just really, really incredible. So definitely keep an eye out for that. So yeah, thanks everyone for coming out, and we'll see you guys whenever we have those next races.
Keep your eyes peeled on the schedule. We will put them on there ASAP.
Yeah, so see ya.
Bye.